I am tall. I am in school. These are the examples that we can use with the be form am. If we're gonna move on to the second person pronoun, which is, then we are going to be obligated to use the pronoun he, she, and it. Let's have an example here. He is a driver. Very simple sentence. We are always going to start with the basic simple sentences. He is a driver. The driver drives a car, or maybe he drives a bus. So he is a driver. Very, very simple sentence. She is a doctor. She is our subject, and is our be form, and doctor is our object. So in the place of these pronouns, we can actually use actual names. For example, she stands for a lady. Then we're going to say she is a doctor, or maybe Mary is a doctor. So if we don't want to use the word Mary, because we probably know that the person who we're talking about, then we're going to represent Mary with the pronoun she. John is a musician. John is a teacher. So, if we don't want to say, or if we don't want to use the word John, then we use he. And because we've got he, then we are obligated to use the verb is, or the be form is. So we're going to now moving on to the third person pronouns, which we are obligated to use are. Now we have the third person pronouns we, you, they. We are. This is the plural first person pronoun form. So we say we are students. And if we move on to the third person plural form, it's going to be they are students. They are students. So we have a few people sitting over there, and we know that those people are students. Or if we know the names, then we can use their real names sometimes if you want. So we say Maria and Mary are students. So say they are students instead of Maria and Mary. Now, if we want to use the second person singular and plural form, you, then we use are to. So what are we going to say here? We say you are smart if we're talking about one person. If we're talking about many of you, then we're going to say you are smart. So it doesn't change. Whatever changes, it's how you use the sentence. That is what describes whether the sentence is a plural form you or a singular form you. There's no way we can say you is or you am. All right? Even though sometimes in slang and street language, you might hear the usage of the verb you is, but that's not grammatical correct. Now, having talked about the positive forms of these be forms, let's move on and talk about the negative forms. How do we make a negative sentence using the be form?